Welcome back to the Idea Mechanics Lab, everyone. I'm your host, and right beside me is our lead expert and innovation catalyst, our navigator. Today's explainer is going to completely flip how you look at environmental engineering. We're going to show you how to stop waiting around for those random eureka moments and start engineering true innovation with absolute, repeatable precision. Let's dive in. To do that, let's quickly kick things off by defining the foundational engine of our lab, TRIZ. As the navigator is showing us, TRIZ is a repeatable architectural discipline for systematic discovery and inventive problem solving. It's the ultimate bridge between abstract ideas and practical execution. It proves that innovation, well, it isn't a rare spark of magic. It's a highly structured tool.
And hey, if you're ready to stop relying on luck and start mastering systematic discovery, hit that subscribe button to join the Idea Mechanics team. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you're the first to see our next innovation breakdown. We want to build this culture with you. Drop a comment below and tell us which TRIZ principle or tech challenge we should tackle next.
All right, let's get right into our first phase. Section 1, the enemy. We call this the emission reduction trap. Look at the data our navigator is pointing to on the screen right now. In traditional engineering, pollution is basically treated as an unavoidable evil that we just have to passively manage. The old way relies on a trial-and-error guessing game. It tells us that to reduce emissions, we literally have to choke the engine to limit its toxic output, which completely ruins the performance. But as our catalyst shows us, there's a new way. Systematic alchemy. This is where we proactively transform waste, completely reframing the problem. So it brings us to this really fascinating TRIZ question. How can we find a positive use for what is typically considered a highly harmful or undesirable factor? It forces us to take a process liability and flip it into an environmental asset.
To figure that out, let's look at Section 2, the weapon, TRIZ Principle 22.
To solve this massive contradiction, our innovation catalyst introduces our main weapon for today's battle. Principle 22, blessing in disguise, or as we call it here, toxic transformation. Instead of just trying to hide or cap waste, we proactively force a chemical alchemy. It's literally taking the very thing that harms the system and using it to initiate a positive transformation. Talk about turning lemons into lemonade, right? Let's actually see this in action. Section 3, the battle, the chemical alchemist. As the navigator highlights on the data stream, vehicle combustion creates this incredibly harsh contradiction. Look at the two columns. We absolutely need peak engine power, but that naturally generates a toxic output of deadly climate-harming gases, things like carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, and hydrocarbons. If we choke the engine to stop the gas, we lose the power. So how do we get both?
Well, rather than restricting the engine, engineers systematically applied this principle. Step 1, the harsh exhaust leaves the engine at absolute peak performance. Step 2, instead of escaping into the air, it goes directly into a device installed right in the exhaust system, the catalytic converter. And finally, step 3, right at the source, a rapid chemical reaction is facilitated by a catalyst.
And this is the absolute game changer. We are forcing chemical alchemy directly in the exhaust stream. You see, this isn't just some passive filter trapping dirt like a sieve. No, it's an active, high-speed chemical transformation, using the extreme heat and the toxic gases themselves to completely alter their molecular structure. The brilliant result of this systematic solution: those highly toxic gases are completely neutralized. They're converted into nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and completely harmless water vapor. By applying blessing in disguise, we actively convert a huge liability into benign, natural outputs. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Which brings us to our final phase, Section 4, the new world, proactive environmental engineering.
Let's wrap up today's explainer with a few core takeaways. First, solving massive environmental challenges isn't magic. It is a repeatable architectural skill that you can master. Second, we really need to stop fighting a passive battle against emissions. And finally, by neutralizing waste right at the source, we can transform process liabilities directly into environmental assets, maintaining peak mechanical performance while actively protecting global public health.
So innovators, I'll leave you with this question to think about. What toxic byproducts or process liabilities in your own industry could you systematically transform today? Look for those blessings in disguise in your workflows. Leave your ideas in the comments below, and let's keep building this culture of innovation together. Until next time, keep engineering the future.